African Canadian Voice ACV. Today I'm going to present to you a mixed artist by the name Amsa Yaro. She is from Nigeria and she's an educator in here, and she will be sharing her artistic experience and knowledge with that. Speaking of challenges, 2020, it affected everything we do, school, work, education, and travel, you name it. And it brings a lot of challenge. And how were you able to balance? To balance it.
To balance it out. Well, like I said, I have to do some serious rerouting with so many things, you know. And for example, we couldn't teach again, like physically, at the center. So we had to start thinking of how to work it out online, which was also a little slow and also had issues as well, because even though the arts actually did help in keeping so many people afloat at the time that we went through everything, it was still one of the places that was hit the most, because so many people expected that our work should be done for free, even though it's our time and our resources. The internet we're using to teach you is not free. So how would you expect me to give you something free when my bills, I still have to pay for my bills? We thank God for the government support as well. That was really helpful. But at the same time, I would say apart from this time of the pandemic, we have seen that the arts is actually one of the most vital parts of living. I don't care who or what or where you are. The arts is one of the most vital parts of living. It should not be expected to always take second place or third place or last place in any or in everything. Everything that we do, everything that we have has an element of an artist in it. And you don't expect them to put it on the side when you're going to pay every other person for what you're using. So that was really clear, especially during this pandemic. It was the artisans that started making masks for so many people. It was the artisans that used their resources, their time, their energy, their fabric, their everything to make masks available for so many people. Many people got it for free because someone donated to an artist, but some artists said, look, this is what I can give to my community, and they did it out of their own pockets. And I don't think that artists should always have to take it out of their own pockets, you know.
I agree.
Yeah, we've held the community for so long, and we should be appreciated for it. Yeah, so that's, yeah.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, artists are at the forefront of dealing with challenges, social change, making us notice things we need to notice. Making us aware of our internal strength and resilience. And in that sense, they should not be relegated to some. So I agree with you in every sense of what you were saying. Any future plan?
My future plans, well, there are a lot, a whole lot. You know, God willing, I would have the time to do everything. But my future plans is, one would actually be, hopefully, to go back home and start out like an art school or an art community at which people from all around the world, everywhere, anywhere, whatever level you are at, you can come. You know that you have a space there. Come, explore, be an inspiration to someone, be inspired by someone. Just come and create. Just come and create.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest plan. But towards getting there, I am definitely going to keep on teaching. I hope to put up some of my work as well up online, keep on selling my art prints and all. Do more than just art prints, like move into either textile or fashion or something of the sort, with do collaborative work as well with other people and just keep on growing that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an excellent project actually. Because what you have in here also you bring it down there, and then other people learn from it.
Yeah.
How you contribute to your society, and I mean it's a great project you have. Let's have a short break, and then we'll talk with Amsa later. Back from commercial, and we'll continue talking to young here until this is an immediate plan you have, and how do you see also in here, going back to the challenge again, how do you see again in here that in terms from an artistic perspective, artists should be meeting the challenge? We have seen this pandemic affecting everything.
Yeah.
And how do you see artists, are the way out in terms of what they're doing here or dealing with it? Is there any idea you can share with us?
I think the one way that artists would be able to come out of like this pandemic together would be by working together. That has actually, I think that's the one thing that I've seen that has actually helped different types of groups move forward. Working together, collaboration, it's not a must per se, but as the saying goes, if you want to go far, go with someone. Don't be alone. Don't carry all of that burden alone.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses, and if we're able to work with this one's strength, we should take one step forward. If we're able to work with another one's strength, we're taking another step forward. So I believe collaborative work actually does help. And with, for example, with the Black Lives Movement and everything, there are so many ways at which artists actually did this. Like there was let me say, call it a collaborative event called Pass Along the Brush, or Pass on the Brush, in which different artists, mixed media artists, actually used their social platforms, their Instagram pages and all of that to actually put Black voices up online. And they gave them a time, and it was an amazing thing that went on Instagram, and this exposed so many Black artists that have been working in the shadows, that have been doing so many things, but no one ever seems to hear about them. No one ever seems to know where to find them. And this pushed so many people forward. And because it pushed so many people forward, the money flowed all around. It wasn't just sitting in just one place. There was more. It showed us that there's so much space for every artist to actually be able to stand and say, okay, I can actually do this as a career and live a good, comfortable life, leave something for my children, leave a legacy behind, and just live a life that I would really want to, and that really showed that as well. So it was a collaborative thing, and if we keep pushing on with that kind of movement per se, then it should be better. I'm not saying it would be easy, but I'm saying it would be better. Yeah.
It would move the request for social change into a faster pace than what it should, because when you combine art and activism, art has that unique way, like you mentioned, of sending out the message and affecting people and touching people's hearts and minds. And in that sense, if this artwork is helping in that activism, it it moves the wheel faster.
Yeah.
And in that sense, that's why arts are at the forefront of social change and telling us what to look at, what to do, and all these things. And yeah, that's why art has to be supported. And it's a great point you raised, the collaboration in terms of doing this. Let's take a break for a second and we'll come back to continue. Collaboration you're doing with some other artists right now, although it's a bit difficult due to the pandemic, but in terms of maybe online or other things?
Well, I wouldn't say I am doing any like really big collaborative work with anyone just yet, but I do work with my sisters. We are working on building a surface pattern design company of ours, at which we end up creating I wouldn't want to call them African prints per se, but they would look and feel, or they would look and have the colors like Ankara prints and all of that, but it's our style. So we are using and working with our own designs to create different types of products like tote bags, t-shirts, masks as well, things like that. So I'm working with my sisters with that. And any other collaborative work? Well, there is an urban sketchers community that is growing here in London, and I just recently joined it as well. And that for me I believe it would be a place at which a lot of collaborative work would come from. And anyone can actually join. You don't have to be an artist per se. As long as you can hold a pencil and you have a book, you're good to go to join in. So yes, you're all invited.
So it means I can join.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm a lay person, so if the entry requirement is that low, I can join. in terms of specific unique project you have right now, very unique, that's so dear to you now?
Well, for unique projects right now, I am well, there is one that I hope to start working on soon. It's actually something that I haven't done before, so it's a little bit of an experimental piece, but it's a collaborative work as well, also with someone from home. And let me just keep it under the wraps right now, but
Okay.
hopefully let's see where it would go to. But it's not. It wouldn't be. It would be yes, it would be a multimedia type of art, because I don't only create this type of art, I also do digital art as well. I do some videography and things like that. I used to do some editing and some writing, and also I kind of want to fuse all of these things into this one project. So
You mix them all together, right?
Yeah.
You mix them together. I think, can we have a sample of that?
Yes, I will. I will give you a gift of what I have done. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that I would really love to see more of our African community, like more of our members from the African community, to come out and support people that are in the artistic field. You know, with how long I've lived in London, there are many events that I've gone to, and the number of people that I see that are like me is not impressive, and I'm like, where is everyone else? You know, it's not like you don't know that these events are happening, because I've seen you guys in events. So why aren't you out there? Why aren't you coming out? Why are you not occupying the space as much as you should? You know, because if you don't occupy the space, you will not be represented, basically. And we need to do that. We need to do that. I'm also guilty of it as well, but I'm going to try and also work on that too, by making sure that where I can go, I will go. You know, but we step out a whole lot more than what we do now.
The awareness that there is a space to be filled by African artists in a way that feels African culture, African uniqueness, heritage, and everything is definitely a must to be done. And yes, there are challenges of life and livelihood in here, but that has to be done. I agree with you. And hopefully, sometime down the road, all the artists come together and fill that space. And we are very confident that you'll be playing a great role in that challenge. And I'm very thankful you gave us your time, you gave us your expertise, and obviously this is the beginning of our relationship, and hopefully we'll be having other conversation like this sometime in the future. And I really thank you very much. Really appreciate it, and I wish you continued success. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And yes, it was a good conversation. I did do a whole lot of speaking, but it was a good conversation. Thank you for your time on this.
Thank you very much for watching ACV African Canadian Voice. This interview was with Amsa Yaro, and I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Until we see you with another episode.